And we are back. We're back with more Pokemon Violet Nuzlocke 2. We're still in the desert because that's where we left off last time. I wonder what item this is. A potion! Huzzah! And a sunstone! That's huzzah! Do we have any Pokemon that use sunstone at this present moment? Just in our box or anything? Right, okay, right. Last time we did a whole bunch of stuff. We got Ogerpon, we cleared out some of the other gyms and Titan fights. We still have this one, the Dragon one. We still have the Fairy base and the Fighting base, but those ones are higher level than I decided to fight. And of course we have Grusha and Tulip gym-wise. So yeah, not many objectives left as we can see here. We're so close to getting it all done. And we basically did it in the more preferable order. Would you look at that? But anyway. Right, okay. One thing we can check quickly are outbreaks, just because then we can just see what there is outbreak-wise. Huh. My Switch is... the fan is really just going to town right now. I can hear it. Maybe there's just a lot of Pokemon in at one time in the desert or something. So yeah, we've got a lot of work to do, and it's and by the way, I'm totally playing it today because I want to, and not because Fun Fantasy is going to be in bloody maintenance throughout most of the morning. no, but all seriousness, obviously I do enjoy it. It's just we're at what I like to call the big hoot fuck off form. It's where I go careening into it, and then whether I actually break through or not is test of patience at most. So, right. So obviously, first things first. Let's go into our box. Let's assess our team. Right. Next gym that we should be doing is Tulip, the psychic gym, a psychic fairy gym. Overall wise, I'd argue her team is very fairy as well. The issue, of course, comes from the fact that half our team here is fighting. Because that's Paldean Tauros, not actual Tauros. Not Pantonian Tauros, rather. So, we do have a Nemona fight beforehand, but I'm not too worried about that. Or maybe it's even after again, who knows. But the point is, we'll ignore the Nemona for a moment, and we'll consider our options for Tulip. Tulip's team is of a Farigiraf with Armatail, Garnivore with Synchronize, Puffler with Opportunist. This next Puffler, I'm not going to be worried about it too much. And the Florgus. Florgus is actually not a bad Pokemon, I'll say that, but it's a pure fairy that becomes psychic, so a dark type move will work. But we need to be careful. For you see, the entire team has got some amount of coverage to them. The Farigiraf has Crunch. Ooh, Crunch. That's actually quite good. It's a good move. Not stab, not really anything to worry. Basically, Mousquada can open the fight. Hell, technically a fighting type isn't completely screwed over by Farigiraf's typing, but probably for the best to not to, because Send Headbutt will be super effective. In fact, if we tried to send Heracross in, it will be really brutal. Same with, like, using a Steel type. So, like, pretty much quite a few of our Pokemon probably won't do too badly against the Farigiraf. We just obviously start with Mousquada. We use Night Slash. We do the smart thing, ladies and gentlemen. Now we are about of level 4 Tulip, so yeah. So we're going to look at Mousquada's moves right here, Night Slash and U-Turn. Both moves very good against those damn-fangled fighting psychic types. My bad, I said fighting. So ultimately, Mousquada is really good for this situation. The Garnivore, however, has Dazzling Gleam, which is good against Dark. So we have two options really when it comes to Mousquada. Do we tower it into grass? do we not bother using it after the first fight? After the first bit? Do we cheat in the item that allows you to go to the hidden ability and utilize that to great effect? Well, regardless, Gardevoir's Psychic Fairy typing makes it weak to Poison, Steel and Ghost. So if we have any good Ghost types, Steel types or Poison types, that would be a good idea to have. The thing is obviously one of our Steel types is Bronzong. It's not a bad option. As long as it can tank Gardevoir's hits, it has got Steel maneuvers. Hell, we could check to see if it learns any good special, it actually does have higher physical attack. I forget that, but it's a special attack up speed down a fair, so we can see if it's got any good Ghost or Poison moves it can learn in my TMs. As Puffer is pure Psychic, so Ghost, Dark and Bug will do its job. So again, a Ghost type move will work, just obviously maybe not a Heracross. Yeah. But Dark and Bug does its job really well. So again, Masquerada will do amazingly fine here. There is no stab psychic move that can hit a Dark type. Hence Crit Attack and Shadow Ball being things it's got. So do have to be careful on that one. It has got a special attacking maneuver. Florges. It starts as a fairy type, so its weaknesses would be Poison Still, but becomes Psychic, which means it's got a very glaring weakness to Dark. However, so it's got the weaknesses of a Psychic type, so Ghost, Dark and Bug. However, while we can take the Psychics away using the power of a Dark type, we also need to be able to handle Moonblast, and Masquerada certainly can't, and Petal Blizzard. Well, that stops me from sending in Gastrodon. So yeah, no water type's gonna do fine. Basically, box your water, box your ground. They aren't going to be useful because of 2 Pokemon having grass moves. And grass moves that actually deal quite a bit of damage. Actually, funnily enough, Petal Blizzard, Petal Blizzard uses the inferior attack stat of Florges, not the special attack. Whereas Energy Ball utilizes Gardevoir's 125 special attack, which, you know, that's quite good. That's quite good. So we need to figure out our team. And of course, on the 7th gym, we got an Nemona fight against the Lycanroc, a Sliggoo, a Pormon, and a Quaquaval. So I guess I'll be keeping Gastrodon in the party for the moment to be able to deal with that. But the Sliggoo is, of course, a dragon, so if we've got a fairy, that'll be fine. Or an ice type, that will also do fine. So I'm saying maybe we'll put Frostlass in. It will have Ghost shenanigans, so that stuff. Yeah. Gastro is definitely not going to be good on that, and we can probably keep. So yeah, Gastrodon's getting boxed, I think. Tauros is getting boxed. Heracross is getting boxed, and the reason why we're boxing the fighting types is solely because they are going to be bad against Psychic. There is just no 2 ways about it. We'll have Pormon on the party for the time being because it batters Nemona's Lycanroc, it batters Nemona's Quaquaval, although we can also do the same thing with Masquerada on that one. And we have ways of dealing with electric anyway. We can probably do something. Maybe we'll actually use... No. So yeah, the primary weaknesses of Psychic is going to always be Ghost and Dark and Bug. For whatever reason, the tracker recommends Fika Volt and Orthworm. I don't know why Orthworm specific. Oh wait, yeah, because it's Steel type. What am I on about? Silly me. Well, so yeah, I just look at Aspatha's weaknesses for the 3 types that are ideal, but the fairy typing of Gardevoir means we need something that maybe is more Ghost or Steel or Poison. And then Florges will be turned into the weaknesses of Psychic type, so we can do that quite well. This is who we've got access to, some of which, if we choose to use, is going to require a lot more than others in terms of overall stuff. Pickleball should be good into the gym if we bother leveling that up. Also bring Castle for the Wiser fight. True enough. Oh yeah, Agro Step gives speed boost. So I guess, yeah, Gastrodon will be useful for the rival fight. That's just true. Where's Gastrodon? Oh, there it is. Because it's pink, while ours is blue. Damn tracker. Yeah, no, Vigavolt, yes. Vigavolt is its bug typing does do a better job. We need to level it so it might actually have special moves other than Thunderbolt. I mean, Crunch is not a bad move. X is not a bad move. Mud Slap is actually quite a bad move. But maybe we'll... actually, yeah, we don't need Pawmon. I just open with... We don't need Pawmon from the Mona. We open with Masquerada. Because it doesn't... Because Pawmon actually doesn't do much. Because I can swap to other Pokemon that can handle the fighting type of Pawmon. Fur Pawmon quite well, I'd argue. So if I do that, then that gives me access to 2 slots. That will be then thinking it through. Thinking it through, ideally. Bug Buzz at the 36, yay! Thinking it through. Maybe a pure steel in Earth one wouldn't be a bad idea. Because it would have. I need to add Vigavolt to anything, but Vigavolt's typings are not the best overall for Gardevoir, but that's fine. We're not using it for that. It's like it can be potentially painful. Moonblast might be painful, but yeah, it's slower. That's the only issue. Where's Orthworm? Orthworm. I understand why the tracker's recommending it because it's steel type, which will be useful against the Gardevoir, and that's about it really. The issue with Orthworm is its defensive stats. Does it actually not? It's the tracker lying to me. Right, yeah, this is where we, you know what, we'll use Celebi for this one. Paldea gyms. Alright, that's just not working. Paldea gyms. Probably shouldn't bring all forms to that bitch special defense. Tinkaton's also still? Yeah, that is another option we can go for on that one. I'm just going to double check and I'm going to see if the tracker's wrong. Okay, Cerebi claims Dazzling Gleam on Gardevoir. Gardevoir does have a fairy move. But, so yeah, these movesets are correct then on the thing. That's something that was worth checking. Tinkaton is a bit on the lower level side. It's actually not too far off compared to the others. Tinkatuff at the moment, will be Tinkaton in the future. Has got quite a nice bit of special defense. That's always nice. We'll appreciate that. Certainly is a bit low on the attacking side of things, which is weird considering lore-wise it murders Corviknight. That's so weird. A Pokemon that is... Oh wait, it does. Well, it only knows Energy Ball, T-Bolt, and Psychic. Oh, thank goodness it doesn't know T-Bolt. Oh, thank goodness. But yeah, it's so weird. Tinkaton, lore-wise, it makes a huge fuck-off hammer just to pelt rocks at Corviknight to the point where they haven't got the same uses as they do in Galar. Because Tinkatons ruin their day. Yet they don't really learn. Yet Tinkaton doesn't really learn moves that would be beneficial against a Corviknight. Hell, if we really wanted to grind a lot, we have got this Bookady here that we could grind into Corviknight. It'd be resistant to grass maneuvers, so it'd be an option. It'd be an option. We could go for this. It would make us take less time, because let's face it, Bronzong's psychic typing doesn't help it out as much as I would like it to, but it would still be able to maybe tank a couple of hits. So we could do that, but actually at the same time just thinking it through. Talonflame does nothing other than tank grass moves at this point, which isn't a bad thing. And we may want it for the Ice Gym. Frostlass has Ghost Maneuvers, meaning it can handle hitting Ghost moves on a Pokemon that's weak to Ghost. I would argue, well, just ones that just, unfortunately, not really though, because at the same time, Psychic's good against it. No, wait, no, Psychic's not good against it, it's just one times. Okay, so Dragon claims that it's just that Gardevoir just murders. That's not fun. It's not a fun thing, game. I kind of like the idea of not being murdered. Well, the tracker's saying that. I don't know. I'm not trusting the tracker as often. It's just good to have it all up in one foul swoop. Otherwise, option-wise, not Oakpon. Oakpon's not the right choice. I level up. Yeah, if I level up Tinkertuff into Tinkerton, it's still Fairy typing will be good. Otherwise, I wanted to do Spore plays with this, but Fungus ain't gonna be a good option because Psychic murders it because it's Poison type. Prinplup becomes part Steel through being Empoleon, but doesn't handle the grass moves ideally at all due to its water typing. Empoleon could be useful against everyone except Carnivore since Gardening is T-Bolt. But it would also at the end of the day it is a starter. Starters tend to do better than you'd think in terms of just existing. Which is why I wouldn't mind maybe having it over Gastrodon for any purposes where grass is around actually to an extent. We could do that. We can level up Prinplup. We could also farm resources, maybe level up some of the other more lower level Pokemon just to try and have more options available to us. Really the best thing we can do now is do essentially grind. Hooray! 2 XP calories. Okay, well let's see. Can I get this up to space? Oh yes I can. Cool. Right, okay, now to farm. Off we go to farm the crystals. Sandstorm. Yeah. I mean, Sandstorm's not a bad idea actually. A dark gold pen. Huh. Well, we'll take Paulmon and beat it up. So all we need to realistically do is murder the hell out of some of these dens. One thing we can do is we did get the lucky egg from Jark. So we can equip that onto a Pokemon and then specifically go into just wild battles. Also, once we've beaten Tulip and maybe even Grusha, pretty much every Pokemon will be available. Basically, most Pokemon will be available once you beat Tulip. Once you beat Grusha, all Pokemon are available to catch without any issues because of how the badges work. So we can then go to the rest of the areas without much issue. And close combat. So much better of a move. I mean, sure, I can't stop Sturdy from not triggering at that point, but, you know, we're caught in the desert, sad. I actually quite like it a lot. I think it's a decent Pokemon. And it only gave me 3 XP candy. Oh, okay, it gave me 3. It didn't separate them in the list this time round. Whew, I hate when that happens, but it's just like, they could have just condensed it down. That's something that I just don't get sometimes, is when you've got a list of items, sometimes you should have them be condensed. So, if I put, who's on the lower stand, Prinplup is. If we give Prinplup the, where will it be? It will be somewhere around here, lucky egg. We give it to Prinplup and it will now gain more experience when we do battles. So if we say, there's no Pokemon. So if we say beat up a Pokemon, it will do more. However, we need an actual Pokemon to be around. As a Pokemon should be a beast in Lake Incident that runs on called by Tsunamis relatively fast. true guys, very fast. Oh, Festa, of course, that naturally is well Festa. I probably could so if we fight, say, Fancy, the Donphan, it's only level 25 though, sadly. This just shows, it's like, what we can find will be not that strong. If it wasn't already used up and oh yeah. So anyway, got an encounter in the desert? Yeah, we did get an encounter in the desert before. I'm trying to remember what it was. Where do I put Silo Desert? Wait, no, actually, where did it put Silo Desert? It put the desert. Yeah, we got Earth one. Earth one. So yeah. So don't know exactly how much it would have been normally, but now it is more, which is good for the experience for Crimple Up. So it's an option we've got. So yeah, no. We've got 6 badges, which means if I change the view, Pokemon caught at level 50 or below. So I guess we could go to areas we haven't been to for encounters. South Province Area 6 is one, and it's put after Y. Where is it then? It's South Province. Oh, South Province Area 6 is this bit over here by the Psychic Gym in all of itself. So we could go for an encounter there. Same with the cavern that you've got to go through in the process. While we're doing that, we can take a look at some of the stuff here. So ideally, I'm going to set that as my destination, but we'll actually just journey there on, well, I would say on foot, but the desert's in the way. So if I fly over to here, we can take a look at any of the Terra Dens en route as we make our way to the cavern. See what we can get, you know? I know there's some dragons you can get, but also maybe some violent / Scarlet exclusive shenanigans may occur. I don't remember which stuff. I don't remember what the exclusives exactly are. I just know that there are some Pokemon I've encountered quite a few times in Scarlet who don't do Violet, and it's like, oh yeah, exclusives. Why the hell do they still do exclusives? I guess it's a way to justify the fact that they do more than one version. You know, like the active aspect of, oh, you've got 2 versions. We need a reason for there to be 2 versions other than just a legendary. I'm pretty sure that's turned into a normal type. Huh. Shame can't catch it, but hey, you know, Pokemon close combats it and we get resources. Hooray! So we actually end up in the cavern before South Province Area 6. I guess the logic is that the Pokemon in the cavern are higher level. I don't know the answer to that question that I just asked myself. Yeah. Ooh. And why does it have to be a Tuesday? I will happily play Pokemon. Ooh, oh yeah, it's all Fake 5. Because freestyle. Oh, my special defense! Oh wait, no, that was my own doing. What am I on about? Ooh, electric flame. Thank you, Pachirisu. You're accidentally buffing me in the process. Ah, super though. Confusion. Not the funnest thing to have in the world. We'll deal with it though. This confusion must die. Okay, CZ still does more. Yeah. Photoshop. Thank you, Pachirisu. We are happy for you to do that to us. After all, you only did 9 damage with a quick attack. Shame about the confusion, but yeah, just very close combat. That just shows how much more health it had than say a 2-star one. But hey, that was something easy to do. Shame about my allies having the best thing my allies had being a star wavier, but hey, you know. Okay, good amount of XP candy is medium. Or just M. The letter M. Right. Anyways. Into the cavern. Hello, Skiddos. You know what? Skiddoing Kalos isn't a bad option if you didn't pick Chestnut. It's like, at least it gives you a grass type, you know? Although you do get Pansage in the forest. So welcome to the cavern where we can find level 39 Toxtricities. I mean, I like Toxicity as much as the next person, but we don't really need more electric. If we want more fighting, high armor. If we want more fighting, Medicham. The trio's Dupes claused. Salandit's Dupes claused. Even though Raz is dead. Dunce sparse. For some normal shenanigans. I'm looking around first and foremost. Primarily because items! I like the items. Or, you know, more protect. Actually, how do I get up the cavern? Ah, the more normal toxicity. That young goose is in a wall. Young goose of the wall. What is your oh, it's gone now. My God, we encased the young goose in the walls. That's actually quite bad. We shouldn't do that. Right. There we go. Quite a number of stuff. Actually more normal than I thought that'd be, you know? High armor again. We're getting groups of high armor. We're getting Sableyes. We're getting Salandits. Well, Salandits we already had before, and the pain's still there. Ah! There we are! Shelgon! Or Gabite! You know, dragons! Lovely stuff. Although we're about to be doing a psychic gym that has fairy types. Sableye has like negatives as well as its stats though. Yep, Sableye's not that good. Its only real quality before fairy existed was it having no weaknesses. The only other Pokemon to have that sort of thing before fairy was Spiritomb, and I don't know if there's a Spiritomb spawn in any of the areas we've got remaining. Terra Houndoom? That sounds like a fun idea, but... so yeah, sadly, the idea of a dragon at this point kind of suffers. Fairy types in Psychic Gym, Fairy Team Starbase, Dragon Titan, so you know, dragon on dragon action is very much slanted towards whatever dragon happens to be stronger. And of course an Ice Gym, like I like Salamand, I like Garchomp, I think they're good Pokemon because Pseudos, but yeah, catch Meta type powers good, power might be not good. More important, plus balls. So yeah, Meditite, maybe a little bit on the weaker side due to it being, you know, Meditite. But, is it cause? Did we? No, we didn't encounter one at all, have we? No, we have not. Yeah, we could go for it, see if it has, see if we get one with pure power. I don't remember if we can get anything different. I can't hit it with... I'll start by throwing a Dust Ball just to see how we fare. I'm just catching it. I think we just crit catched a Meditite. If I knew I was going to get a critical catcher, I might have changed my mind on that. But now we did just catch another fighting type. But at the same time, we'll be dealing with the Ice Gym next after this, so you know we'll have its use. Earthtype Psychic, on Psychic. I'll give it a nickname in a minute. I don't know what to call it. Summary. Yep, pure power. It's the same as huge power in that it doubles the attacking stats. So that attack stat gets improved. Lovely. Tasty by nature, so that means it's got speed up to defense down. Level 39, meaning that, and it has got the move. Can't seem to look at the moves at the moment. It has got Power Trick. We need to just center box for a moment because I'm in the middle of a cave. I'll figure this one out in due time. So yeah, over to the box where we now have it. Where did they put it at? There it is. Terrors into the Psychic. Nope, I want to look at the moves. This one currently has Psych Up to stop copy stat changes. Acupressure to sharply boost one of its or its allies' stats. So, you know, in a double barrel sense, that's not too bad. Power Trick to switch its attack and defense stat. So, in the event its defense stat is more than, you know, Weavile. Oh, we fight all Weaviles every day now. And of course, Reversal as its fighting type maneuver. We will need to change its moveset, I think, a little bit, because it has got quite a number of really good moves. Utilising its attack stat because of pure power, ideally Send Headbutt is a good option. High Jump Kick if you don't mind the potential chance of hurting yourself through the accuracy thing. Force Palm, 60 power with a chance of paralysis. So ultimately, yeah, we're going to run Send Headbutt. I'll have that over Psych Up for the moment. Power Trick is only useful if we're guaranteeing that we're going to be dealing more damage with it. I'll take High Jump Kick. I'll risk the I'll risk the thingy. I'll keep power. Nah, I can remember Power Trick. We also get Calm Mind. 130 base power is quite good. Quite good. If anything, instead of Power Trick, I'd rather have Work Up, because at least then that's a boost overall. I can use that, then the attack stat will be higher anyway. Like, especially since I'm defense down. So yeah, Meditite has got its use. I should actually make sure that it's stated that we've caught it. Oh, sorry, I should be sorting out my thing. I've realised I've left it in a state of we have not. So, Print Plop and Tinker Tough added, but I removed Pormon and added Vikafol at the moment. Okay. So we'll have Meditite in the box for the moment. It's actually not too bad level-wise. We can work on that in due time. We shall now make our way up the cavern to get to South Province Area 6. Meditite evolves the elemental punches. Fire move reminder. That is good. That's see, I don't use. See, I've hardly ever used Meditite / Medicham. To be fair, the most notable use I've ever seen of it is Gen 4, where 2 gym leaders use them. Because Diamond and Pearl's gym teams are weird in how they don't have Pokemon that are technically in the Pokédex for whatever reason available to them. So it's just like, weird. But man, yeah, I've got many fighting types. I kind of want a Psychic type or a flying type that can easily handle everything Aerie throws at me later. But welcome to Area 6. While we're seeing all the teacups, also the Psychic place, which actually has on the walls some nice old references to some of the sprites from the earlier generations. Lovely stuff. I appreciate the callbacks. Did that Gothitelle just eat a thing? No, not Gothitelle. Gothorita. Weird. Well, it might have. Alerts, Clef Keys. We've got options, basically. And the best thing is while we are in Alphanada, we can hop on over into Area 6. More so, just up the road. Dodge past the Lycanroc. They're already been duped claws anyway, so I'm not really too worried there. But we do get our hands on a Hydro Potion. Yeah. Behold, more ruin! And there's a Gimmighoul in the bush, the pervert. A number of Pokemon that we've already got around here, like Bronzong and Tinkertuff and whatnot, and more Gimmighoul coins, because they're everywhere, apparently, in this instance. Of it all. There is the psychicness of Hypno here, if we really want that. We can go back down to the Gothoritas for other option, because then that would become Gothitelle. The Tenor line is found in South Province Area 6 Lakeside. The lakeside area, if closest thing to what would be a lakeside would be over that way near to that. Well, you know what, we can head over there anyway because there will be a dark. There is a dark thing. You just gotta be careful not to run into anything else. Hatena in and of itself is weak, but its evolutions aren't too bad. So this is where we try and figure our way into it. I'm going slow because I don't want to run into things. I've done that way too many times. We want our options to be true and just. Does have a really high special attack. Well, I mean, it makes sense. To me, it's like, it's a psychic being. Don fans are doing what we Brits love to do with a wheel of cheese. It's like 186. Somewhere around that ballpark. It's definitely higher than you'd think it'd be, but also lower than it could have been. Like, they could have made it much better. Oh yeah, Taria! No, look at all the buttons. They're like bits of cloud. Of course, Altaria, my favourite Cloudian. Oh god, F-Pathers. Actually, no, we don't have to worry about F-Pather because we've already caused little, so that would be the loop things. Belly Bolt, Altaria, Flappy. Be more Golduck. I mean, I'm glad that we're seeing Golducks more than Psyduck sometimes, but ooh, Giga Impact. That can be useful. We can also utilize the power of this 1-star Salt. You know, I think I'd rather do something else than that. Just because I know how low level it would be. But it will be so useless. I'm not seeing her tenor at all. This is the closest thing to a lakeside there is, unless there's more to area 6 down the river, but that is a risk. So, I'm not seeing it, but maybe it's because of all the fish that spawned. Dratini wouldn't be useful. All the dragons at this point will be horribly useless for the rest of the story fights before the Elite Four. Depending on which one would depend on how useful they can be in the Elite Four. Obviously, Hassel has dragons and a nice dragon at that, so their supposed usefulness in the mirror match is dead in a ditch. Quite a few Pokemon here are just still really low staged. Like, I'm still finding a bajillion Psyducks. It's so weird. There's the 1-star dark thing there, but then that would force my account to be a soul when it's not what we want. Always leap downwards a little bit and be like, whoa. There is a point where it stops being area 6 and goes back into being like area 1 or something. So, but hey, we do have the power to glide, so we are able to glide over to like this bit here, see what there is. Whoa! Get HP up. Lovely stuff. I'm not seeing any Pokemon though. I may have screwed myself over a little bit. We can fly back. Pardon me. And also, ooh, Earth Power. That's really useful. Thank you, game. We will happily have that. And Max Elixir. Those are always useful. So yeah, I've gone down a mountain. I don't have the wall climbing because we need tatsugiri for that. And yeah, this is area 4. We've gone back into area 4 from here, so let's land and then we'll head back. Sadly, I didn't get the thing, so we'll have to now make our way back the normal way. Andrew can't be found. When you spread misinformation, one of those means insert an image here. Actually, well, we'll stand here, so yeah, we can insert an image. Boom, load upon. That's not fun. What do we have here? What do I have downloaded? Where's 1078? We should be careful. We're being watched. We are now going to be watched by Grusha here because of misinformation. Nah, that's a lie. We're not going to do that. I just still have that image of Grusha downloaded for whatever reason. Thankfully, it's Realm Reborn Grusha and not whatever the fuck occurs in Shadowbringers and Endwalker and all that, because, yeah. The fact that he does show up is neat, I guess. I've completely forgotten what goes on past Heavensward. Actually, no. Parts of Stormblood I still remember doing a bit of. What point did I get to on like the original name in Final Fantasy? Because you fight... Because Heavensward is dragons and the church. Well, deal with them, with that lot. Then it starts doing the whole build up to Stormblood shenanigans, that some of which was already done in Realm of Doom. Then there's Balsir's Wall, which it does involve Gaius. He's still gone. Actually, does he ever return? He was kind of in the middle of a big, huge fuck off explosion. He was in the Ultimate Weapon when it started exploding, so... I'm a little sad that Nero's the only one that seems to have actually managed to get away rather unscathed, even after his near-death experience in Crystal Tower. Yeah, well. With Stormblood, we go into Alamigo and Yagiri's home for Doma. Shadowbringers is not in Eorzea, from what I recall. Endwalker is then back in Eorzea. And then Dawntrail's Dawntrail. I have no knowledge of Dawntrail whatsoever. Endwalker is, well, not as much. So, if you only need a ground him, you can catch Miss Magius in the lakes of South Palms Area 6. It's not misinformation, I just checked. I do think it's night only though. Yeah, that's one issue we've got, is definitely the time of day thing. It's so weird how some Pokemon games just don't have day-night cycles in the sense of when you can catch certain Pokemon, and then it's just like randomly, actually, now we do, and it's just like, Ooh, Sylveon in the wild! Hello, Sylveon. So adorable. You thought you were being smart as Prafra, but you fool! I've already caught your pre-evolution! So that means all I need to do to you is a Night Slash! Wait, okay, what was that if Prafra murdered? Sylveon is a dupe though, since we haven't even... That is also true! I wish in a way we didn't. Spark! Big evolve, Spark is useless. Swagger meanwhile, who's learning Swagger? Pimplop. I'm not a fan of them. I'm not a fan of these stat boosting confusion moves. Yeah, sadly Sylveon's a dupe clause, which means if we wanted Sylveon, we'll have to evolve our EV the normal way. God damn it. Wait, let's go to the Pokemon Center. Let's use the Pokemon Center. So if I choose to leap down a mountain, I'm not leaping down a mountain and having to make my way back again. That was great of me, wasn't it? Anyway, a moment ago. So yeah, this place. Well, it is slowly becoming night now, so maybe we'll go back up the mountain a little bit more. Skill Shop as a TM. God damn it, that's not useful in the slightest. Damn you, game. This place doesn't have much to it. No, I didn't want the vending machine. I wanted the item by the vending machine. And a good one too. Hooray! It is a shame that Sylvian's a dupe, but not much I can do on that one. I don't know how you'd fall into Sylvian, but we still have that Eevee, but I feel like I'm definitely keeping it as a Ampharos! Oh, we'll fade it for the moment. I don't need an electric type. Electric type actually is not the best at this point. The reason why Pormont's doing so well is because it's both electric and fighting, two real good typings put together. Like, I love fighting and I like electric. Woo! Hopped over the med type, but that would be Dude's Claws if we ended up jumping on it. Just Goomba Stomp and Meditype, why don't I? Right, it is now night time. The Toxtricity decides to be more blue. Well, actually no, they can be blue, they can be yellow, but they can be whatever the fuck that shine is. Which is not the difference in the blue and yellow. I wonder if there's people that will be confused by that. Actually no, Generation 8 you wouldn't be getting confused by it because they would be just normally, it would just be normally how it is. A Grappa Berry! Don't know what that does. Is this the only lakeside area of the area? Oh, or maybe it's that over there. Maybe that's the maybe that's the lakeside area. I've gone to the wrong bit again. Because I'm not seeing any of the Pokemon I'm thinking of. I mean, Fiddle, which we already have. Let's see. We'll glide over the mountain. Oh, there's a Gimme Goal up here. Why the fuck is a Gimme Goal coin up here? Oh, but it is a watchtower location, which means if we wanted a chest, we could. Oh, hey, a Thundertoon. That's always useful. And I've decided to leap down. And again, I leapt down. And yep, Mr. Grievous in the water there. So yeah, this is the correct area then. Just gotta be careful with those damn fish. Don't know how I'm going to go about this. Hello, Miss Grievous. Let's go for the Hypnosis Planet. Jonago's really good. It's just that it probably has the worst evil method ever known to man. Yeah. It is so bad because you need to get so many coins. Like, if I went and caught a chest, the thing is how many? Where do I look for the coins? They're in treasures. Give me all the. Pardon me. Are they in here or are they in a different bit? Because currently, so limit Friday massive bambling. There we go. I've got an 80 in my travels. 80. I haven't fought any of the chests, and if I did, then it's in a watchtower where we don't get much. Only thing that rivals is Ursaluna's Evo method. Yeah, that was fun in Arceus. Just like, oh yeah, you need to get this item. And it has to be at a specific time of day, and it's through pure RNG of a search method that isn't the most reliable ever. It's just like, ugh. Hello, Miss Grievous. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to argue, let's not go for Gimme Goal in any way, shape or form, out of just not wanting to suffer painfully. But doesn't do too much damage. I'm kinda hoping it doesn't dodge the Hypnosis game. Oh, I'm using Hex. Oh wait, yeah, it's using Hex. Hold on, that's still better than Trade Evolutions. Oh, definitely. I much prefer an annoying evolution method that's in the game, that you're actively playing. If you're playing in a way where you're not going to be trading with anyone, then for I don't know if I want to actually hit with anything. Oh, we'll go for an extra sensory just to lower its health a little bit. Versus not being able to just get it at all. Alright, okay, let's fire dust ball. I don't think we can lower it much more unless we really rely on other factors. Damn it! Oh no, it woke up. Oh, right. I am probably gonna have to heal. Oh, we can get lucky on the. Oh, probably sure then. Hypnosis, we get a ton at least. We'll fireball this ton. And we got dust balls. Right. 2, 3. Damn it. So close. And now we have the one. No, we don't have the one any rest. I'll heal this turn and then. Switch out, please. Oh. I mean, I healed. We know for a fact that. Oh. Ah. Well, now I know extra sensory ain't gonna kill. I am tormented with my choice. Right, I am definitely gonna have to switch from 100%. It's just not worth staying in. It's got Hex, and Hex actually hurts quite a bit. No, stop with the pain splitting! I can't hit it. It moves. Retard is an option. Not very effective, and now I'm switching to a different Pokemon. So, I know, I'll switch into Bonza. You know, Valkyrie probably will too, because of the guaranteed crit, which is really. We've been in this fight for a while. Yay! Worked! The timer ball worked. We now have Mischievous. And I do actually have some idea for a name. I think it's probably a simple one. We all know what we can call it. And you know what? I do like me doing a bit of references, so Fantino it is. A nice, good old reference to the Sinnoh Ghost Gym Leader, who wields one in both the Diamond and Pearl and Platinum teams. Or rather, the evolved form. It's Calm. Special defense up, attack down, so we won't be utilising that physical attack anytime soon. It's a ghost type with Levitate, that's always lovely, and yeah, it's got maneuvers. We'll put it in a box for a moment while we consider potential option changes. Oh, so I can double check quickly in my bag, do we even have a Duskstone? The answer is no. So sadly, it's not the best option out there, ultimately, just because I don't have the thing. I don't have the Duskstone, so we'll have to go about it. So now we'll just go back to the grinding a little bit, I think. Duskstone. Which does suck, but not much I can do about it. Items. Metal Sound. Metal Sound is a move that lowers the target's special defense. Not the worst idea ever. We'll not run it for the moment, but we'll look back on it. And perfect. I need to switch what I'm looking at. Tinkertuff is evolving. Hooray! We've got Tinkerton. It's a tiny little thing with a huge, big fuck off hammer. It gets the hammer's about £220. You have to get slung around easy by Tinkerton. Tinkerton could throw me around. Or am I misconstruing stuff? Let's see. We can randomly find dusk stones in Area 0, Montevano, Porto Marina, West Province Area 1, Timeless Woods, Paldea, Pokédex Completion Award. It's findable in the sense, but doesn't state anything show me detail wise. Anyway, Tinkerton gets Gigaton Hammer. Shame about its attack stat being 73, but 160 base power, 100% accuracy. Can't be used twice in a row, but you're not stopped from using other moves. Not worth it. CM is infinite, yeah, can't make you stronger special attacks. That is true. Calm Mind is better in that sense. Thing is it's always stat modulation is always a fun thing because it just means that at the end of the day you buff, you debuff, and you hope to God that your opponent doesn't do the same to you in some ways. Because that can get quite pesky, right? Anyway, let's heal. Right, so best bet is to fly over to Montefana, see if I missed any items on the ground. Before I start going in with those shenanigans. So yeah, Montefana, not Montefana, that's in the mountain. We'll see if I missed something, because... trying to think. Yeah, maybe the way I honestly do think, maybe the way my hands hold an Xbox controller is different to how I hold a Switch controller. A little bit, because the Joy-Cons I can modulate how I am. So, supposedly you can find a Dusk Stone in Montefana. According to Savvy.net at least. So, we'll look around. Oh, this is the mountain. So, there's a dragon den there if we really take a look there. In Montefana itself. What you got food-wise? Pinchitos and grilled rice balls. Yummy grilled rice balls. I sure do love those grilled jelly donuts. Oh god, 4Kids dubbing was weird. And then I had to wait until the days of there it is. It's behind the gym building. So we do actually have the power to evolve Miss Drevis into Miss Magius, which makes it infinitely better by being a fully evolved Pokemon. Hooray! Why am I leaving over to the Pokemon Center? Do you want to go to our box? I didn't name Metatype, but that's fine. Right, so yeah. Just swap out Tinkerton for a moment while we do this. Move reminders are lovely. I love the quality of life they did with Stone Evolutions. You go back to any game from before move reminders existed in a good way. Stone Evolutions were just dreadful in the sense of outside of rare exceptions, they just would have no more moves outside of TMs. And I mean, yeah, plenty of good TMs you could give them, but never more level up. So you would be stuck with a pre-evolved Pokemon for a lot longer just because you wanted Flamethrower or other moves that it specifically only learned while it was pre-evolved, depending on the Pokemon, of course. My frame of reference is like Vulpix and Growlithe, you know, Gen 1 Stone Evolutions. Polywell you were stuck with until you had a Waterstone. So yeah, we'll need to go onto the tracker and evolve. So we've evolved our stone required ghost shenanigans again. Woo! Okay, remember moves. At the moment we can grant it through the power of being able to utilize its very good special attack, Mystical Fire. Every stone ever except on floor stops learning moves but level up for some reason. There is one notable exception. If you use a moonstone on a Nidorina early enough, Nido Queenlund's Body Slam Fire level up in earlier generations at around level 23-ish. I know that off by heart because I've done that several times in Kanto games. So yay, fire coverage. We'll be using this in the Ice Gym 100%, and Payback's useless because it's physical. And we're attack down, so anyway. Magical Leaf is decent, I guess, but Power Gem, we are definitely being immune to anything that happens to hate rocks and fire. Is Hex our best special ghost move at the moment? Because Phantom Force is physical. Magical Leaf is special, but that's gross. I kind of like the idea of having a psychic move, so... wait, I guess that means one thing we'll do with our Miss Magius now is go to the TMs and take a look at what it learns. Fireball, Skull, Fucking Wave, Surviving Bug Bite, Down, Charge, Down Blast, obviously. Thunder if we want electric coverage. Not Blizzard, not Hydro, Thunderbolt, much better electric coverage. Shadow Ball, it can learn it via TM, hooray! Which, yeah, we'll do that. Miss Magius gets Shadow Ball over Hex, because it will just be stronger. Oh. Then... what do we do with... Could actually make a decent snow team, actually. Interesting. We can play move still. But more importantly now is... just go back to the grind, really. I'm trying to think what other areas there really are that we haven't been to. That's Dragon Tinker Tough. Oh, we haven't been to North Area 3 or Castle Lake yet. Those tend to be about level 50-ish. So, a Tinker Tough is still normally still fair. He has maybe had different moves, but it being a dragon. See, this level 55 has had access to Rock Smash, meaning an ice type isn't the best, but I mean, I can take my fairy at least. But then, because none of its moves really will do much. Okay, I think that's a den we won't go into. I didn't think I'd be up in the mountain again. We can take a look at this one that's bug. Fairy waste, and then we need an area that's going to be good for grinding, that I can guarantee I've got a Pokemon that easily merges everything. And I mean, the mountain's not a bad idea, but it's not the best either, because we want levels for stuff beyond Tulip. Really, we should fight Tulip sooner rather than later anyway, but that's a 1-star Wingull that is now has the bug. We'll throw that my Talon Flame because it'll be a 1-star one. Hooray! So looking at it, we still got North Province Area 3. We go to Castle Lake, the other 2 North Province areas, and the sea bits. So ideally, I need to. That's the guaranteed like 100%. know what, it's actually getting a bit warm. Because although it's clear that Wayne happy during the night, I'll say that much. Oh wow, look at us go! We're fighting a window, that's a 1-star! Ooh, wow, it's so fun. See, they put an alpha having a child would kind of stop me from it's just, if you could just do stab psychic. Yeah, 1-star mates, unless they give you not much. Which sucks in a way. Oh, I don't know exactly why, but I do feel like it's guaranteed with Final Fantasy 14 streams that you'll get the same bot message no matter what, and I believe it is 100% a case of. Pardon me. It looks at the tags and goes, haha. Right, there's a Crusader Mountain Pokemon Center there, and North Province Area 3 one there, or rather one that leads into North Province Area 3 there. We can do that, we can take a look at the very least. If it's like over level 50, then no. Oh, so well, I don't stop! I want to slide backwards down a mountain. No, that we're gonna Pokemon in North Province are getting over leveled. Ah, that's true, they are. I'm more struggling with the mountain right now, sadly, due to the abundantly clear. Really, we're getting wild outbreak of the bloody Pursuito. I mean, go Gashadon, hit it with a ground move. I did not need to do that. It gives so little XP doing it like that. Oh boy. Okay. Wait. Yeah, they do have that aspect. I need to think where's the best place to get stuff going. Lost again. Let's fly back to Earth 1, don't know though. I think we've got the right sort of idea for Tulip at this point. Just maybe changing up one or two aspects. We start with Masquerada, deal with the photograph, then the Carnival will hurt, so we'll switch to something that can handle all of that stuff much better. Shame about the stat lines and yeah. Tinkaton would be an option, it will be our best bet. Then we can switch back to Masquerada against the F-Puffer, and then Florgus. Best bet something like Tinkaton again, or one of our other steel types, depending on how the situation goes. So yeah, I think we've got a plan in mind. And then I'll have to prepare for an ice gym. Nope, that's one menu. One is this menu. And let's go up front to the gym. Actually, what shops even are there here? There's just Nars and Bakery. This place. Oh, this place happens to have like a real beauty and Tulip who's like fashionable and like that. So where the fuck are the clothing stores? It's the simple things in life, you know? You always see it lore-wise, like, oh, trainers start struggling after a set point in the gym challenge of fighting all 8 gym leaders. Not many make it as far as you do, main character Kun. And it's just, in a way, it's always weird to me in a way. Because, like, something like Sword and Shield, it makes sense in the way of, like, oh, you know, in the sport and all that, people give up because they're shit. But, you know, outside of, like, obviously there's a level of time constraint with the Champions Cup kind of logic with Gala. Like, sometimes it's like, oh, this trainer is really struggling. It's like, you fight them and it's like, hang on, but their team directly counters the gym that they're supposedly having issues with. Sometimes it feels like weird. I don't get it, but nah. Then again, most trainers don't have a full team of 6 ever. So, like Nemona, obviously, she's got more than 6 Pokemon. 100%. She's just using less just because she doesn't want to beat us up with level 100 Pokemon. And that's fine. You know, that's a good thing. Right, and then that's levels, lovely stuff, and Gaston wants Rain Dance. We can do a rain team now, hooray! Not really though, it's, outside of punishing a fire type, not really much can be done. Furiate! Level 28 Furiate! We can stay in on the Sliggoo. Pardon me. Besides, play Slash. Ooh, I missed it. Dragon Pulse, stab. Ow, that actually hit a bit harder than I thought it would. That's fine, we'll try Slash again. We can swap when it comes to being the Pawmon. Actually, funny enough, Fractal Fall, despite being part fighting, doesn't have a fighting type maneuver. She relies on Pawmon for that entirely. Which, you know, we'll switch over to Gastron now. Gastron can deal with the rest of this, because, you know. Bum, 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 bum. Let's go, my slug. You are so good. Deal slugness to the Pawmont. Eats the Pawmont's hair. Oh my god, he's using Quick Attack at level 42 of power. Yeah, sometimes I do worry that the trainer purposely is throwing, you know? Well, anyway, crap Quavol time, and yeah, staying in will be fine, because outside of Air Slash and its chances of flinching, that still baffles me, that leading one fight where we got Air Slash flinched way too often. Look, the crack Quavol, look at those steppities. Nemona relies on the gimmick more than she should. She actually has some skill. At the end of the day, it's just like she's trying to follow us in terms of our progression. I'm sure we'll question our sanity on her last team, but who knows? Is she going for Aqua Step? Has she forgotten what I've got? Yeah, she's gone for Aqua Step. You fool! I am Storm Drained! Get off, coward! Nemona is a champion level trainer who uses a water type move on a bleeding Gastrodon. The goal of her to be... No, then again, she probably thought due to shite or something. Maybe that's it. Maybe trainers just feel like, oh god, I'm gonna just feel the passion go, oh god, no, I'll never be able to do this, and then they don't realise exactly how easy it is, actually. Ooh, Sticky Web. Sticky Web is a bug maneuver that sets a net around the opposing team and lowers the speed stat upon switching into battle. A decent setup maneuver where we can actually utilise that for good effect. It actually might be better for me to have that than X-Scissor as like a just at the moment or something. Probably better than Mudslap actually. Mudslap is completely useless. It's 20 base power. I will be there for an Ice Age, for any fight. But anyway, yeah, that's the Mona beaten. I had Tinkaton swapped out for Miss Magius. I realise that now that that's what I've done. I have yet to have it swapped I need to swap it back in. I realise I think it's what I've not done. Tinkerton needs to be on my thing button. And an elf on the Mona. Ah well. But we got 3 max potions. Finally, she's realised that revives are useless. 2 more badges to go. Let's do this. Well, fast. I realised. So yeah, that's the Mona fight dealt with. Nah, some of these Pokemon are still too low level. Half my team's fine level wise, the other half isn't. I'm noticing that. So yeah, let's put Tinkerton back in. Well, we did the Monona fight because yeah, that fight's real easy. We do need to level. Yeah, they are. It is. I don't care about level caps, but being under level that does matter. Primarily, I do need to Brine. Wants to learn Brine. Well, lower speed or double type health is fine. You know what? That could be a good killing move. And Whirlpool, which I won't learn Whirlpool. And there we go. So egg is there. Evolve, Empoleon. Wow. My penguin has made it to its final stage. Look at its majesticness. And now it wants to learn Aqua Jet. I'm sure. Attack down all on his attacking moves. Oh, however, Chomp. Vitality is always nice, I guess, but we need some good moves on Empoleon. Right, anyways. Well, we've figured that one out. Let's give the Lucky Egg to Vikavolt for the moment. Where did it put it? Oh, I missed it. There it is. What TMs does it learn that I've got here? It can learn Flip Ton, it can learn Weather Ball, Vacuum Wave, Terra Blast, Giga Impact Blizzard, Hydro Pump, which would actually utilize the special attack, just no accuracy. Body Slam, Air Slash, Snow Escape, Endure Fling, Air Car, Icy Wind, Swift Aerial Ace Facade, Chilling Water. Does lower the attack stat. That's not a bad thing. It's a little weak, but you can always do a weather maneuver thing with that. Give it Terra Blast and then we can Terra type it and it'll be really useful. Polyon's moveset. It gets Hydro Pump at 59. Mine is special. It is. Huh, weird. I thought it was physical for a second. We have loads of physical maneuvers. That doesn't help us in the slightest. And yeah, no, it is a more specially offensive Pokemon, which is weird why it gives you so many physical attacks. But you do get Sword Stance. Let's do this sensibly. Does a Pokemon learn Flash Cannon Fire level up? Let's see. It's Generation 9 level up. On evolution gets Aqua Jet. 39's Whirlpool, which we just not bothered with. Mist at 46, Drill Peck at 52, Hydro Pump at 59, Wave Crash at 66. So no, it does not. does it get flash cannon out? Oh, it does via TM, which means that's probably what we're going to want to get. Where is Air Slash? We'll replace Peck with Air Slash 100%. We can give it coverage. Part of me wants to give it coverage, but we could give it coverage, but nah, at the same time, not really. Ugh. What does it tear into? Wow. I could have gone for a still terrible outburst. Right, to the TM machine real quick, because I don't remember whether or not we tried this the first time. Let's see, what have we got that we can craft? Let's see. Metal Claw and... no, okay, well, that's not so helpful. Any special maneuvers that we don't really have? Oh, that's not really... so really the best one we could go for that isn't Blizzard's item bomb. Man... and I'm glad that it does learn better. Resources for stuff. So Hydro Punch actually probably the best move we can have on it. That's water then. I need to figure out where to find Flash Cannon. I will be right, I am... oh, God, text bit. There it is. I'm in need of the toilet. I'll be back in a minute. I forget the door sounds when I make them up shut when they do the way they do. Oh, of course, and Pallion's best water move is Weather Ball and the Wade. Why didn't I think of that? That's the best thing we could possibly do. No, Hydro Pump is probably better overall. How Terra into just pure water with Terra Blast would probably end up being a good option as well. So weird. A Pokemon with... I question every time Game Freak does it, where it's like, this Pokemon, we're gonna have it be really good in this real specific thing. We're also not gonna give you any moves that utilize said stat. Like, the number of Dark types in Gen 3 that are not specially offensive in any way, shape or form. And then they expect you to be able to do good with them. It's like, no. I'm just gonna use a high armor instead of murder the R types. Alright, okay. We need to get Vikavolt up to 40 something-ish. And Tinkaton and Empoleon will happen to be there as well while we're doing that. So, hello, Dutch Bonds. Not really got the white Pokemon up front. Actually, level 43. First is a Tinkaton at level 30. Okay, I was gonna say, behold the power of Gigaton Hammer, but it got lowered. This is double edged spot affected you bleeding. So sadly Charm happened. Much to my dismay. But yeah, okay, so we can slowly beat them, I guess. Oh, that bit of hair's going the wrong way. Now my cat wants to know how to play rough as well. That's lovely. Cats do that, don't they? To be honest, I've stopped using Worry. I'm just going for attacks. Play rough is a good option. It just gives coverage to Masquerada. Right. Oh. Oh, it's one of those teapots. Ah. This is a big hammer. Look at it. Ignore what's going on. It's still... It swings around the hammer. We murder a cup of tea. Ooh, oh god, it's acidity! It's infested my cup of tea! No! Ah! I'm covered in... wow. Right, okay. Let us head to this tower then. Sadly, it's a 2-star one. Maybe that's one. So, bloody. See, there is a way to get more areas, but I won't like it because it involves blueberry. But I can't do that. So, anyway, while we're doing this, Scarlet Violet is one of the Pokemon that learns Flash Color. There's options. It's also weird, it's like Tinkaton gets it, but it's suited, but its move set's more suited to being ideally physical. Does it tell me where I can find it? Everyone uses running good stuff. That sucks in a way. Well, on the bright side of all of this, it's not much to worry. One star. Catch the Mudstale off guard, methinks. In a more demented state of mind, we know what could happen. Actually, hold on. No, still we know what would happen. See, fake out's not a bad thing. So, of course, Whirlpool is actually better than Aquajet or Napoleon, just not what we want really in terms of a good attacking move, really. Blind is just the better option. It's like if a Pokemon, so it means that if one of my Pokemon does go down and the opposing Pokemon's at less than half and it takes like at least neutral damage against. No, random locate for the process. Ah. They love showing up. No, pardon me. So, Fantasy should still be. Colour people surprised when they try to play a Chinese game in China that doesn't have global servers yet, and then be like, what the fuck, why can't I play the Chinese only game? It's like, it's so weird sometimes people do that. This is in reference to the mobile version of Final Fantasy 14 that's recently appeared. It's currently only in China, and of course people try to find workarounds, and when the workarounds stop working, how dare you? How dare you stop me from being able to use a workaround? It's like, yeah. They're gonna stop you from using a workaround because they don't want you, because they don't want people who aren't in China playing it. Or rather, the Chinese government rather prefers it if you don't potentially try and spread things that could make you be critical of their party. Here's the thing, I think one reason why, regardless of what any country does sometimes, your party needs to not be completely and utterly immune to criticism. You need to be able to be critiqued. You need to be able to be told what you're doing is not the right way of doing things. And the discussion does need to be then had on how to do it better if it's truly not working. Instead of just going, oh no, we never do anything wrong, and if you say that I do something wrong, then into a gulag with you, you know? Or just shot on the spot. I think that is something that needs to be the case with politicians. They need to be told when they're wrong, and they need to accept it. Not go, oh, how dare you? It's what I'm saying. Oh, let's get rid of all of these abortion-related stuff. The Republican then immediately ends up having health problems. That would have been so much better if said healthcare was around. It's just like, Really should have thought about that. I honestly, that's just more America being stupid. People don't need life-saving healthcare. That's not needed. Ground elephant thing. I love it's a good one. As sturdy as per usual. Vampy is adorable. Just them running around. If only we had a if only we could get Protean on Mousquawada, we'd be able to do so much with it. Like, Play Rough turns into a fairy type. Like, it just would just counteract its typing immediately, and it'd be like, oh no, my intention's still on poison only being painful. Instead of other things. Whee! Okay, so there's obviously a bit in the cavern that leads to this area. Doing this takes us on a winding road. Where does it lead? People do actually know, because let's face it, people probably see this formation of pathing and go, oh, there's something here then. Ah, liquidation! That's a good move. Real good move. Shame it's not that good in terms of Apollyon. Which sea am I technically at? Oh, I'm near the West Paldean Sea. Because the south one's over this side. The east one we've already been to. The north one's up here. So yeah, we'll be in the we're right by the West Paldean Sea. I wonder what level the Pokemon are up here. Level 39. Actually, are we actually in South Paldean? There we are. We're now officially in the South Paldean Sea. Wait. Level 15? No, look at the dolphins. No. Ah, then this is the best one. Filter to your shoulder. Oh. Interesting. So we do have access to the seas. It's just... Huh. I wonder if the Paldean Seas are just not actually all that strong Pokemon. It's more when you're actually technically in the areas. Yeah, level 16 Magikarp. Yeah. When we're in South Province Area 6, it's like level 44. If we head into what counts as South Paldean Sea, level 16. That seems so weird, because you still have to be Bombardier to do this. So at that point, you're going to be a bit over leveled for it. So yeah, we're in the South Paldean Sea right now. West is over this way, and then Port of Marinia. I guess that's it. This is the South Paldean Sea, so it's like a lot less. It's so weird. I can't wait for Legend CA. There's gonna be so many good customization options. Oh, have I actually removed the text bit? I did remove the text bit, good. I might as well go for a cow in the water. See how far we can go at. This wound. So all I can seem to find in the South Paldean Sea is real low level Pokemon of various, at least we're seeing various species, not just Magikarp. Well, we'll do it. We'll make the South Paldean Sea be a Magikarp encounter. Might as well. We've got nothing better we can do realistically at the moment when it comes to this, so we can just here Magikarp being an Ultra Ball. Level 15. I'd kill you if there we go. We'll send to a box. We'll maybe look at nature. Yeah. No Akuda. No point fighting it, we'll just murder it immediately, pretty much, and it will give no XP. But we do get a reward in our Pokédex. Hooray! Some more Ultra Balls! Needed those. But yep, that's the South Paldean Sea. So if I head out from Porto Marina, that would net us the correct amount of West Paldean Sea. It's kind of interesting to see what we can find, if anything. And then while we're doing that, let's also go and check the auctions, because you never know. You never know, the auctions might actually have something good. Hopefully. I've not noticed anything good yet. Metal coat. There's a trade evolution. Cloth sticks. Get your cloth sticks here. Can't go without your cloth sticks. What the hell are cloth sticks? 5 cloth sticks, that much in the thing. And then metal coat's an evolution item. Yeah, let's get metal coats. It's just not worth it. Because all of them are trade evolutions. I'm walking my krill. You see, I walk my krillfish. That's what that trainer was doing. A krillfish that walked. No. It can't be. It's oh yeah, Softian. Oh, I might give that to Empoleon actually, just like it's got a real good. So this counts as Performance Area 2 still. We need to go out to sea. There we go. We're now in the sea. Under the sea, under the sea, under the sea, under the sea. And then suddenly you will see Sora, Donald and Goofy, because you're playing Kingdom Hearts 2 and doing it to be able to unlock a lingering will. Oh wait, Tower White level 60. I'm getting out of here. Seriously, I'm not a fan of Kingdom Hearts 2's thing. So, wrong to this part of the sea where, oh look, an ice cube. Oh, look at it. No. Oh, whoa. Oh, hold your, electrolytes. Are you cheeky bugger trying to catch me unaware? Don't think of... So, actually, we can find Pokemon that aren't low level. That's actually not too bad then. And we've made it so we don't have to worry about Magikarps. Hooray! Anyway, Skew, I'm joining you on this walk. I take the items. Look at it! So adorable. But yeah. What have I got evolution wise at the moment still? Somewhere. I do have Thunderstone, so that trust isn't bad, I guess. Potentially. Hello, Ice Cube. You're not the best option, really, Ice Cube. You see, the seas are filled with the water types. We don't really need more water, but we also don't really need ice. Realistically speaking, most ice types are pretty bad. If anything, just a good Pokemon that's really defensive in other type with has bad types defensively with an ice type move is usually better. Oh, I found a flash cannon! I did it! I found a flash cannon, TM! Hooray! Empoleon's useful now! Flash cannon, flash cannon, flash cannon, flash cannon. Where did it put it? Where does it put it? There it is. Use. Oh. And while we're at it, where's Surf? We'll keep one for the moment, but Surf will be better than that. So, hooray! Hooray! Empoleon's useful now. Yeah, pardon me, and man, that chemical coin was far from anything, wasn't it? It is interesting to see the world of Pokemon. Truly, it is just so much fun being able to see the world live and braved in Pokemon, and not just, oh, you need to go to this random little patch of grass and that is the whole populace of that species. Like, you know, it shows just how evolution of anything gaming wise goes. Oh hey, Trick, I can steal a held item. Oh, hey, a big one. We love the big ones around here. I saw that Terra Raichu, they're more of level, which out of necessities. If I go this way, we'll don't know why it does that. Oh, we'll be heading towards north. We want to remain in west. For the time being, we want to be in the west, how the NC, so... we encounter something and get the encounter done, and then everything else can be fought, other than that Raichu. Because it does Terra type, so I have no idea what it actually would have moveset wise. Ice cubes just float on the water via their block of ice. So adorable. I don't think it would actually have any worth for my team, sadly. I just think it just wouldn't be able to do much. Other than being an ice type, which, you know, in all of itself isn't a bad thing. Like, I won't mind it. I don't mind the idea of having Cloyster though. Because that would... I was being attacked by something else. Fuck it, we'll go Shoulder. Cloyster would be a nice Pokemon because it will have Ice Water, which I do think is a good typing. Do we have any crit balls? We do, we have a crit ball. I'm going to play rough once and hope Johnny doesn't die. Yeah, it has a nice move, because that's all a beam. Quickly, we must catch it now before it does anything worse. Yeah! Shoulder! I don't mind Shoulder. Shoulder's not bad idea. It is a stone evolution. We have got water stones. And it does become an ice type as Cloyster. I really am just not bothering on the moveset, on the nicknames at this point, am I? Ooh, we're speed down. Attack up because we're a brave Shoulder, we see. Has Razor Shell. Oh, not bad, not bad, not bad. Shell Armor means it can't be quitted, supposedly. So we'll play in a box for the moment, but we'll now be able to utilise the area to grind. Less so on the ice ones, more so on the water ones. So lovely stuff. But more importantly, we can now head up to the North Haldaean Sea. It's the last of the seas. See what we can find. Actually, is there anything? Something in this while we're in the sea is not liking us doing. In fact, it seems like the only bit that would argumentatively be north is like this bit here near Area 1 and the mountain. And then there's these bits of rocks here down by the lake. So again, I think we'll just refrain from doing that for the moment and head back to thingy. Head back to place for the moment, just out of necessities. See, Magikarp is a Magikarp, but at the end of the day, unless we really need to utilize Gyarados, we won't bother. Let's go to our box. Let's swap out Gastrodon for a moment with Shelder. This is solely to evolve it. Then if we decide to use it instead, we can. Because, I mean, if we look at Tulip against Cloyster against Tulip, handles Photograph fine, dies to everything on Carnivore because it is super weak to Grass and Psychic and whatnot due to its low special defense. It's actually not so good. That is actually, Cloyster's actually a bad idea. But its ice typing may prove useful in fights where ice is more prevalent. So it's an idea for future usage. Now, we could actually go for a loaded dice approach with Icicle Spear. Try and guarantee as much as possible the usage of it getting the most out of it, but these grass moves that just makes me go, no, we need to box Gastrodon. It is solely the grass moves that's making me say it. It's not really much more I want to swap into though. Hooray! Oh yeah, we have a Satodle. Why have I not evolved it yet? Let's do that. Let's evolve Satodle while we're here, you know? Might as well. Might as well have the Pokemon in my box be at their strongest if they're a simple thing like a Stone Evolution. It's not like we're getting anything else Stone Evolution wise. Yeah, pardon me. So now it will be a Satitan. That way, we have... So, when it comes to potentially having to deal with dragons, we have Satitan, we have Cloyster, we have Frostlass, we have options, and I do like the ice type. But look at the big boy now. Look at him, no. You know what, while we're doing this whole leveling thing, I could go through this up a little bit more. Or have something else that would be worthwhile, like... What here could we level a bit in order to evolve? You know what, yeah, we'll throw Magikarp onto the team for a brief moment. It's not gonna be there for long, it's just gonna be murder 1 or 2 Pokemon with Masquerada. Just make it be Gyarados, that way we can be like, we have a Gyarados, we could use that. Where the fuck are all the good strong Pokemon? will give me tons and tons of XP. I will not be sending Masquerade out against a blind. There we go, hello Bell. He's just gazing in the field. And then we come along and hit it with a flower. I do hope I did a good job with drawing Masquerada, just as like a, hey guys look, it's Masquerada. I actually managed to draw it. Oh, that goes more around the back like that. Oh, right, okay, well I'm not saying that it's the best drawing. It was done on paint. Any compliments I could be gotten from people would be lovely. Draw like a 6. Ah, there's a nice buffer. Let's see, what else could we potentially evolve or level? Maybe that's it. Maybe once we've done the gyms, I'll just get my entire team up to the and just then be like, right, that plans everything set in motion. There we go, magic up level 20, that's just gets us evolution into Gyarados, thankfully, just so that it's, you know, we call it as a Gyarados, meaning all we would have to do is level it if we want it to actually be good. Horrible against any electric attacks, though, so... Well, you know. Some might say that that was a bit of a waste of time. I argue I'm a waste of time. I am the waste of time. Now, obviously we do want to level Ogerpon at some point. You know, we'll put Malphite on the team for now over Gastron. Gastron's not so useful at the moment, just due to the things there. Where's that Nuzlocke gone now? Oh, Honchcrow's in the area. Huh. I do like that when you do find the evolved form that allows you to be like, oh sweet, I don't have to use a stone. But that's you know. But like with the Lycanroc, it's like it's nice that you can find both versions of Lycanroc without having to be very specific on the time of day. Okay, Masquerada is now level 50. Masquerada is super over leveled. But that's fine, you know, Masquerada is not intending to be used on all the Pokemon anyway, so... It being a bit higher level makes sense. It is our starter, it's been in our team pretty much the entire time, and if it was removed, then it was in the team for like a brief moment. It was literally for that brief moment that we needed it to not be. Let's see. Think about. Show me your power. That's not showing me your power, that's getting in 2-shot range of the whole. There we go. Macros are angry. And that's Spinatite evolving, hooray! We wanted it to refer to as a Medicham. This means now that it's going to be more powerful. Medicham! A fighting psychic. With its now evolved state, it's interesting. Let's real quick. Right. I think we're still a little under the level. No, I didn't want to do that. Oh, whatever. While I'm here, I'm putting away the lucky egg. Bag. Here's the mediums. I'll save the large. There we go. Right, I'm going to say that this is our best shot at the moment. We'll take a crack at the gym. I think this will do for now. As I will have to swap around parts of the team after this for the ice gym anyway. Because I want to be able to hit them with fire. I want to hit the ice gym with fire moves. Gym number 7. Though this may end up getting done as gym number 8 in some people's time frames, because let's face it, they may try to do both of the gyms on the mountain at the same time. The Emotional Spectrum Practice. ESP, if you will. And in order for us to... So, anyways, there might be some funny choices for the ESP that you could do, but I like the idea of having a Pokemon that's good against psychic types that we may end up having to deal with being up front. And why? It's Dendra, the physical combat Pokemon training teacher. The battle studies. The loser has to do what the winner says. And Dendra lost. So, should I say something or should Game Freak? The gym test is actually quite simple. We just do exactly what we get told to do and press the right buttons. It's rather foolish in that sense. But what do I know, eh? Ourselves and a bunch of other people with their psychic types while I'm wielding a dark type. I'm sure Masquerade like, look at all you fools. I can murder all of you with a night slash. Also, why are they all like middle stage or first stage for Slowpoke? Also, once again, Switch 1 showing here. Oh yes. A joyful smile. Surprisal. Angle. And that's a joyful. So yep, this is how this works. We can just do this and say one multiple times over. Excitement. I don't know if there's any point in doing more than one. As long as we've gotten it done once, it should be fine. I'll be honest, this gym test sucks. I mean, at least it's better than the 1 frame per second sunflowers, but... You did it. Yeah. Now let's put those muscles to work with a Pokemon battle. And so now we get to fight a child. Ah, perfect. I'll punch them in the... No, I can't punch them in the face, obviously. But one of many Emilys that I'm now aware of. Way too many. Rita. It's Nuzlocke. So if we evolved into Gothitelle, it'd be more useful. And a Curlia with its part fairiness. Nah, let's go Heavy Slam. Fuck it. Bronzong. You know what? I can show you another Pokemon too. Go, Bronzong. Dung, dong, ding, dong, dong, ding, dang, dong. Meanwhile, it's stepping on its little tiptoes. And I'm just giving it Levitate. That's one way for me to give a Pokemon Levitate. No! It's using Calm Mind! Now I'll be able to sleep every single Pokemon I could ever possibly be using! No! And that's just proof that all Poketubers are shit at their jobs! No! Oh look, it's dead. I feel like every time I make a reference to that shite retrospective, I really should just put in blazing capital letters. This is a dead horse, please stop beating it. Part of me wishes that person was a dead horse. At least then they wouldn't be able to write more shite fanfiction. That's very, very immoral and wrong and disgusting, but hey, you know. And now we're back to doing the emotions. Yay! We show joy. Joy! I'm surprised! Ah! Okay. Yeah! Somehow Simon's a smaller smile than the Pokemon. Yeah! Ah! Stop hitting me with Astonish! Ah! Why am I having to waste my time with this? Ah! Ah! I'm excitedly angry! Ah! And I'm surprised by the fact that it's still ongoing. Please make it stop. Ah. Finally! It's finally done. And now it's time for another Pokemon battle. Now we fight an old man. Raphael. And a Grumpig. See him in the crowd earlier, so... You know. Shame for him he's using a Grumpig. I mean, Snake Flash. And then Medicham. You know what? I haven't actually looked at Medicham's uses. It's fighting Psychicness means it's neutral against a lot of stuff, assists fighting, weak to flying, ghost and oh, fair. I'm gonna play Wolf. For that. I need to teach my Medicham the punches. Or at least whichever elemental punch would be more preferable. Ah, an Indeedee. So good. the ML punches are also negatives, weirdly enough, and the first requires you to have had level 39. Yeah. See, the ideal way Medicham works with pure power is that it utilizes using Power Trick to change its attack stat of 60 to become 75, which is what its defense stat is. What's trying to learn Flower? Tinkaton! I'm not boosting that special attack, fuck off. Do I want them to, especially if it will cause me more pain and agony, you know? Do. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. We passed the test! Hurrah! But now we need to report our passing grade. So which means we'll go and heal real quick just to make sure we're not, you know, weakened. Also, so I can teach Medicham ML Punch. I'm gonna give it Fire Punch. So, like, already I'm thinking ahead. My team for Grusha right now, Medicham is not a bad idea. Fire Punch Medicham. I want to level Ogapon and give it the Fire Mask. Realistically, I'm not sure what else I can really do actually against the Ice. Ice is weak to Steel, Rock. What types do I have? Gastrodon's not a bad idea because it has Dot. Agent Power, but we can always see if I've got Power Gem. We'll at least see what Pokemon can run. Masquerade is obviously going to not be a good option in the slight. Oh yeah, I wanna. See, Calm Mind's quite useful if I was to be going for that sort of thing, but. Acupressure is a random stat, I'm thinking, so yeah, if I do that, that's fine. Fire Punch is what we want for the moment. Right, okay, let's go in and report that we are ready to take on Tulip. It took us 2¼ hours to get to this point, because, yeah, of course it fucking did. I detoured a little bit at times, and I also had to use the toilet at one point. I'm not surprised on that one. Right. Are we ready to challenge Tulip, the bewitching Beautician? Yes, we are. Wibble, 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 wibble. Bum, bum, ba, bum, 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 ba, 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 da, 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 da. Of course, she's busy on the phone, as it were. I realise that you can actually see some of this, so that's and all that, because she's busy. But she's also led by Medichams. Man, they really do love Medichams around here, don't they? Oh, you know what Pokemon you should have? She could have also had over Florgus, potentially? Pavilion. Or something like that. You know, a Pokemon that is as beautiful as a Pokemon that's a butterfly. You know, the idea that, oh, butterflies are beautiful. A psychic trainer like Tulip also happens to be very fairy-esque, which explains the focus and the time. But there's a photograph! An evolution for Giraffarish! I'm surprised I even bothered to do that. Thank you, Game Freak. Please don't use makeup on me. Anyway, Night Slush! That's one down. 3 to go. So most likely will be Garnival, but she might be sending out a tougher. Nope, Garnival. Ideally, that means we're swapping. We'll be switching over to Punion. We'll be able to tank everything quite well, actually, because Energy Ball's neutral. That still typing is really lovely. I love the still typing. It's so good. But yeah. Flash Cannon! Oh, yep, Energy Ball. enough. Yeah, that's decent damage. Would be worse if we were still, but... damn your special defense! Flash cannon! Gonna fall down! Now, will we be seeing a Proper next? Because that should be what we'll be seeing. And I think it'll end. Let's go ahead and play for moves. Guillotine! Nope. And knockoff. Oh, knockoff has its use. It's 5 less power, hasn't got as much chance of quitting, but we'd be able to get rid of held items. Now, where are we going to be encountering held items? Blueberry, maybe. No, not here. I'll keep my sludge. I'd rather go for the quit. Right, let's swap on out and go back to using our Masquerader as it leaves the Espafra next. We actually are able to tank the Espafra moves really well. The floor, I guess we gotta be careful of. I mean, I could always tower into glass and just get rid of the dark tank. So I have my plans. Ooh, right, okay, yeah, because it's fairy, then it becomes psychic. So the weaknesses are different, so looking through, it would actually be weak to the bug of Default. You know what? Let's go for Bug Buzz. I'm going to switch over to Default and see if the Bug Buzz does its job. As we can do. Hell, I could even tower into bug. Well, if it's bug tower, then I can tower into bug, make it even more powerful. And Tulip is down to our last Mon Lucas. Well, we tower into electric. Okay, never mind then. Bug Buzz will do the trick. It's time for a makeover. You'll become a new you. The elegance of the fairy type being turned into, well, sometimes the elegance of the psychic type. You gotta be careful. Psychic's good move. Fairy is a good move. Moonblast almost killed. We didn't do as much as I would have liked. I'm gonna have to switch. Like, if I don't want to lose a Pokemon, I'll have to switch. So, Bonzong, come out! Come on out and tank it, tank hits. She changes it from Fairy to Psychic, to then just spam a Fairy move! Your decision making is flawed! And then I'm using the Still move, because I'm an idiot. No, my special... Okay, so it hasn't. Yep. And we quitted! Hurrah! We didn't lose anything! Hooray! Right, okay, now the next gym is Grusha. Which, you know, means a change up of the team. To an extent. Now why would we be changing up the team? You might be saying. Well, to begin with, Grusha starts off with a Frostmoss with Tailwind. We ain't outspeeding our team, even though they all are relatively slow. Ice types as a whole, and an Altaria. So Titan has Thick Fat, which means Fire actually isn't good against it. And it has Liquidation, to make sure that you definitely ain't using Fire on it. And Walk as well. So we actually do have to, like, think, what does it recommend? Yeah, it recommends Bronzong, Empoleon, and Tinkaton for whatever reason. And what is the weakness that all of them have? So, like, if we try to use Masquerader against Frostmoss, we die. We die! 4 times weak to its moves. Basically, Masquerader, despite its level, is actually not good for the next gym. It actually is horrible. Like, we ideally swap Masquerader out. But now that we have this gym badge, pretty much most areas are going to be fine to go catch Pokemon in. I'd argue... Well, we get Psychic TM, which is lovely, but not really all that useful for the rest. Beartic has Water Jet, Icicle Crash, and Earthquake. Earthquake's there to stop me from just using a Rock type. But Levitate means that we don't have to worry about Beartic. And hello, Rika! By God, Rika's got a child with her! I didn't know you were a mother. Alright, all the fun aside, this is Poppy. And we're Nuzlocke Dose. It's weird, she's got a yellow bit on the back of her head, which is like what you see on like a Drifloon. Oh, how adorable. Oh, comes that. Internet. Don't. Actually, you know what, to be fair, I'd probably, how to phrase it? I haven't gone looking. Because that's disgusting, that would be absolutely abhorrent. Thankfully, people on the internet are too hanged up over the main characters, which are still children. Thankfully, where I don't think I've randomly come across any disgusting pictures of Poppy. I don't think. Or if I have, my mind has ejected them right back out from mental things, and there's maybe a reason why I probably need a lot of therapy in my life, which I don't get. But anyways, my thought process being wrong, I am just too used to thinking, oh god, the internet's done horrible things to the children. I think my brain is just, I need to purge myself off the internet for a while, I think, in terms of anything that is, you know, fan content of a game. I think I do. I too often am thinking, oh god, people have done bad things to the children, haven't they? And that's not a thing that I need to be thinking every time I see a child character. Even in a jokey sense. Even in a jokey sense of internet. It's like, it's not funny and it's weird. You know? I'm being weird. I feel disgusted at myself more than anything else now. So, anyways, Grusha. At the end of the day, our team here currently is not the best. Obviously, Vikafalt is instantaneously getting boxed. It is just not going to deliver a single attack. Oakerpon's not a bad idea, just because its grass typing does help it in some of the other types that we'd be dealing with. But of course, we'll be giving it the Fire Mask, so that it's not going to die horribly to the ice moves, and its Ivy Cudgel will now be really, really good on the Pokemon. Medicham has a roll with Fire Punch. We will allow that. Oh yeah, Oakerpon's not on the thing. I'm gonna have to do the image. No, that's Muscarada. Where's Oakerpon? Is this Oakerpon? Yeah, there we go. There we go. As for the other Pokemon, at the end of the day, if we look at the team, something like a Polion can tank the hit of most stuff. Not the Earthquake though. That's the thing. The Steel types, while they might have that luxury. See, here's the thing. Steel is good against Ice, as is Rock, as is Fighting, as is Fire. Fire and Steel and Rock all hate Earthquake, very much so. So, yeah. Probably for the best we don't do that then, shouldn't we? Now the Altaria having Hurricane is a great way to stop me from going, oh no, I'll use a Fighting type. And it also has Moonblast. It really, like, Altaria's really good. That is a real vicious Pokemon for that to be. Pokemon's not the worst option though. Like, I have a lot of Steel, so if I'm getting counted on the Steel side of things, I mean, at the end of the day, Tinkaton has that immunity to Dragon Pulse. That's good, and it looks like it won't be taking too much from any of the other moves because of its better special defense being in line. So because it will become an ice type, Tinkerton Hammer will Gigaton Hammer for that matter will be. Hi Joseph. Will be hopefully good. Metacham's really bad stat line wise, so that's just something we just got to keep in mind. Apollyon, we've got Flash Cannon, so that's going to be useful. Frostmoss is quite a good Pokemon. Having a fire move for Frostmoss would be useful, so either Medicham or Ogerpon can do the job there. Ogerpon maybe less so because of Bug Buzz, but at the end of the day, fast enough and hits hard enough, and we don't have to wait on that front. Bronzong has Levitate, which means we can have it in front of the Beartic. So, yeah. Our Steel types actually are really useful for this. We just need to swap out Masquerada. And I'm currently thinking of Talonflame. And the reasoning behind it isn't out of, oh, it's gonna die to an ice move. No, while it isn't, yeah, while it does die to ice potentially. And actually it's actually not that good actually because of its stats. But we go first, and if we hit hard enough, we hurt it. We hurt the Pokemon. At the end of the day, Frostmoss is 4 times weak to Fire and Rock due to its bug typing. So realistically speaking, it's only ever going to be useful against the first Pokemon really. So maybe we don't do that and go something else. The issue is what? This is what we've got on hand. So we need to figure that out. We really do need to figure it out. What do we do? Gyarados is weak to ice. The poisonous of Glimmora could be fine in terms of the walk aspect. Otherwise not so much. So Titan's got a nice good amount of health, but our Titan may be worse off than Grusha's. Talonflame is 4 times weak to walk. There are no walk moves we have to deal with in Grusha's team, but we are trying to figure out a way. So like if we use Talonflame, we'd have it's weak to ice and water, which means that the Titan just murders it. Some Pokemon like Pormont just are not defensive enough for my liking. At the end of the day, it will do. At the end of the day, other than the Beartic, it and the Hurricane and then Altaria, like the Titan wouldn't be a bad idea. Pormont can handle that. Paldean Tauros could possibly as well, because we need to go for something that isn't fire or ice on Titan due to Thick Fat. Thick Fat means we need something. We have a Titan. Does our Titan have Thick Fat? It does. But it is attacked down. That makes it not as good. Otherwise, we could maybe have had just throw this Titan in front to go to town with. Wolfram has the defense to tank hits, except for the Earthquake, and then the special hits less so, but Quagsire is not the best option either, Batchbun is not the best option either. Frostlass dies to the Earthquake, Sandygast Ghost typing really doesn't help it. A number of these Pokemon would be better if they just didn't have for the moment, let's put Masquerada back onto the team and have it up front for any for the grinding of Ogerpon. I'm tempted to go elsewhere and see what we can find. What levels we may see and what not. Like, Tatsugiri Lake's gonna be full of water types, which ain't gonna be all too useful. They design these North Province areas with the idea that you're not going to be going to them till late. We're going to need to do something in terms of just getting Oakpond leveled high enough to feel like it's actually got a use, and then also deal with the fact that our Pokemon are not high enough level. We need them to be all late 40s into like level 50, whatever Pokemon we use, just so that they are of level, if not a little higher. There's a fairy thing here. We'll take a look at that for the XP wise. Oh god damn it. Bloody mountain. Trying to climb up one is, or trying to not fall down. There's a 1-star pour me, god damn it. It's all these 1-star ones that just ruin my day, because it's just like, I prefer 2-star ones in terms of just being able to easily beat them, and 3-star ones as long as it's ones that I know I can definitely beat, but it's just not happening. It's like, Paramount suffers by being part electric, which stops me from just using it against Beartic, but I could use Bronzor for that. That's the thing. I think the Beartic, I think we know what we need to do against it. So I think the plan is we hit Frostmoth with a 4 times effective fire or rock move. And then we move forward with, if it's going to be the Beartic, we can use Bronzor, we can use Tinkerton. We have plenty of options there. When it comes to, what level are these? Level 52, so yeah, we're obviously... Ah! Thankfully it's Puffer's Duke's Claws, but... still not fun to get attacked by Pokemon. Oh, give experience at least. Shouldn't Berry hit by a Nortype move will be weakened. That seems kind of useless. Normal? Well, then again. Scophilins. Indeed, locates. We need something that's not going to die to the Ice Gym. Lucha. It's part flying. Flying Press specifically uses flying and fighting. We get the Pokemon Center here. What can we find? North Province's areas can involve a number of Pokemon. We gotta think as hard as we can. I don't get why they put Area 0 before the league. Like, you can't go into Area 0 until you've done all the storylines. Maybe that's something I mispoisoned then. 4-star Gafaiai. Gafaiai's weak. Oh, Gafaiai's a weak Pokemon though. It's not going to have that much use to it. I don't think know what they've done. Yeah, I gotta be careful. North Province Area 1 is this bit here, Area 2 is this bit there. So if I actually had... Thanks for the reminder game that I could get an evolution. That's Duke's Claws because we got an Eevee. You could always opt for the evolution, that would do the best for the rest of the game. But the ice one, it would be Flareon. And even then, we still suffer from the same issues as I'm stating. We've got plenty of ways to deal with ice through fire. Less so with walk. Plenty of steel, but still. Why? Why was that Hulucha there? I'm gonna need to swap. Yeah, at the same time, I don't know what I can swap to. My team's not doing for Huluchas. Just catch immediately, please. Yeah, okay. Right, well that's one area of the north taken care of, I guess. This is area 1 or 2. We'll double check on the thing here. Nah. Well, there's plenty of luchador names we can give it later, but yeah. Oh, and it's a shit one too, because it's modest. Well, we now have a Hulucha. Grumble, moan, grumble, moan. I don't mind Hulucha, but we don't need a flying type. Might prove better in terms of being a fighting type, but Killer Watch all iced, but it will have flying electric moves. Pardon me. Which means ground type like Gastrodon would be best. It's not worthwhile though. Hello, Scrophilum. It's just not worth it though. 4-star ones, I'm glad that we're seeing them now, but at the same time, we need them to be ones where I'm confident in, and I think our Pokemon aren't high enough level for it, so. Dragon Dance is an amazing move for a physical sweeper to have. Could have gone. Oh, okay. Could have gone for anything that's in here. Yep, now we can't. The present is the dragon's tail. I must misread him. Boy, it was dragon balls or something. Dragon's breath. Okay, there's a bunch of dragon trainers here. Huh. Poison jab, that's useful. We got a 1-star way, of course we do. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's just killing right underneath my lip. If we climb the towers, they'll yield us more gimme goals, but... Oh no, Dragon Pulse, if we really decide to use a Dragon move, then that's not a bad option. I see a TM now on that bit, we'll nip over there. Spray. There's the 2 added on there. The Terror Shard. Thing is, we can 100% make ourselves have even more potential things if we leveled our team high enough up to be able to handle blueberry stuff. That's not I'm sad. At times I'm stressed a bit. I think I've hit myself mentally all of a sudden when I started thinking in the wrong direction. I honestly did. I needed to not think that. That's a problem. I need to not assume the worst every time. Is it going to go up there? How did it get up there? Ugh. I need to not assume the worst out of other people. I think that's something that I need to work on. And I don't need to then speak my mind sometimes as well then. So area 2. See, area 2 is over here. And within it we can find ciphers. Therefore times weak to ice due to that bug flying typing. You can find a tiny bamboo short, hyper potions. Don't want to go too close to the Team Star base for obvious reasons. You can find more Heracrosses, you can find Ursa Wing. So the normal typing is not a bad idea. Because at least the normal type, it's not going to have to worry about being weak to stuff other than fighting. It's funny that you can find it near the fighting Team Star. What's in the 3-star Giraffe Rig, eh? There's a bishop. It's not surrounded by however, it's not surrounded by poniards, which means we wouldn't get the item out of it. We would be solely stuck as a bishop. Maybe that's what we do. Maybe we'll just grab a giraffe away through the tower den. Just then we can tear it into fire. And it can evolve into Farigarath. But it will be lower level than any of the other stuff we can get our hands on. And that's Dupes Course. City Luxway. It's an option. There's nothing here that's worthwhile. There's too many bugs. And bug is like one thing we don't need or desire to have for what we need to do. There's the Terra slacking there if you really want a slacking. I need to go back up the mountain, I think. You know, I think I'm just not in a good mood right now. So, and I'm negatively looking at everything. I need to take a break. Next time we'll level up what we've got for a team. This area is not going to give us anything for the next fight. I don't think at this point. Maybe there's something in Cassiopeia Lake. I can check there at a later time. We need to take on Grusha next, and then we're just going to be in a massive grind trying to make sure that our team is ready for the Team Star bases, and then I'm not sure if we can win. And while I'm being negative, that's not a good thing to have. So I'll see you all next time.